I am the Witch of Jasmine, and welcome back to my channel. We have a full moon in Aquarius. Happy full moon. Let's do a pick a card reading. First, I gotta get the cards. Hold on. But as I'm shuffling these cards, go ahead and take some deep breaths and center yourself before you pick out which one is the one for you. If these cards want to come out, there we go. There's two. There we go. All right, let's take a look at our cards. We've got Mending, is that focused? There we go. Next is Exchanging Gifts. Very nice. Then Peace. And finally, Time to Go. Oh, whoa. All right, and then if you would prefer to pick or would like the help of picking with some crystals, I got some right here. We've got for Mending, Amethyst. Exchanging Gifts is Red Jasper, Obsidian for Peace, and Rose Quartz for Time to Go. I'll give you a minute to take a look at these. If you feel drawn to more than one, that's totally fine. You can watch as many as you'd like, but I'll give you a minute to look at them. And oh, the sun just came out. That's nice. All right, if you still need some time, feel free to pause, but otherwise, go ahead and go to your reading. I have timestamps in the description, so you can go there, but I'll see you at your reading. Hello. All right, we are starting off with Mending. Let's take a look. Let's grab our tarot cards. Oh, very nice. So again, as I'm shuffling these cards, you can take some deep breaths. We want to chill, see what message you need to hear from the moon in this full moon in Aquarius. That was easy. Very nice. Moving on to our shadow cards. Say hi to my cat Halen. She's crawling around. She just flopped down right here out of frame. Wants to show off her little tail to everyone watching. I'll tell you what, she has the curliest tail I have ever seen from a cat. She likes to just curl it up while she walks around. Because a lot of times cats will do the, the like question mark tail. But she just likes to make hers just a super curly girl, curly tail. There we go. Alright, curly girly. Can you please move your tail? I need to see it. Thank you! Did that... Shoot, that goes there, right? Okay. Alright, let's dive in. So we've got Knight of Swords reversed, Six of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, Knight of Wands, Two of Pentacles reversed, and Two of Cups. And we will flip this over whenever I feel like it's time to flip it over. So yeah, I mean, right away here we've got Knight of Wands below, Knight of Swords reversed. That's a lot of energy right there. They're like, those are the two cards that I always call star athlete energy, because that's what they are. I mean, it's like, if you can picture somebody who just has one goal in mind, one thing that they want so bad that they're just going to do everything they can to get it, right? And the Knight of Wands is, he's somebody who is very ambitious in that way. He's going to try every method. He's going to do everything. He's not going to throw away ideas unless he knows for sure that they're not going to work. Very fiery. That Wands fiery energy. Ready to make it all happen. Knight of Swords, he's reckless. He's unpredictable. He's got that same fire in him, but he's someone you got to watch out for. He's somebody who, I don't usually say he has a sneaky vibe, but I don't know. He's giving me a sneaky vibe in this reading. And there's something about this horse in this particular reading. Here, I'll show you so you can see him. This horse is looking kind of sad. As if he's like using the horse. And the horse is like, well, hey, I'm kind of tired. Can we stop for a snack or a break? But the Knight of Swords is like, no, I need what I need. I don't know, it's the vibe I'm getting with this one. And I will say too, with this here, I mean, the shadow cards, they represent your like inner self. And these cards up here, they represent the outer, the physical, the reality. So I think this Knight of Swords, I don't know if he's even, like, it's his intention to be coming off this way. Maybe he thinks he's being Knight of Wands, But in reality, he's coming across as a lot more arrogant, a lot more unpredictable, a lot more reckless, a lot more, like he's hurting this horse right here. So, moving on though, we've got Six of Pentacles above Two of Pentacles reversed. Six of Pentacles is about being very giving, but Two of Pentacles reversed is like... See, I always get a little suspicious when I see Six of Pentacles because, it's a good card in itself. It really is. I mean, it's about charity and giving and sharing and all of these great things. But you have to be careful where it's placed in a reading because a lot of times people do those things, give to charity and are just generally giving and, not just like of resources and money, but just in general of their time and stuff. They don't always do that with good intention, right? And I'm seeing here with this Two of Pentacles reverse. I would show you the card up close, but it does have kind of not YouTube friendly imagery. But I mean, I'm sure you can tell. This card, specifically in the Dark Grimoire Tarot deck, it's about like having a battle, specifically when it's reversed, having a battle within yourself, having, two parts of you that are feeling at war with each other, for whatever reason. So I'm feeling like whatever this situation is, whoever's doing all of this giving, I don't know if it's with good intention. I feel like it has something to do with quieting this war inside of them. Maybe there's a part of them that knows, like, hey, maybe I'm making some bad choices. Maybe I'm not. I mean, it's making me think of like a relationship where it's like, this person isn't treating me well, or the flip side, I'm not treating this person well, I'm not very nice to them, but I give them money, but I buy them dinner, but I get them nice jewelry, but I do this, just these kind of more like superficial things, as if that like cancels out all the bad, but it doesn't, So I think they're doing this to kind of like quiet, and granted, I'll say I don't know if this is you or somebody else, so I'm kind of just gonna speak a little vaguely. That's for you to decide, but yeah, I think this is kind of just to cover up that, and it's not really. Yeah, the more I look at this, the more it definitely does give me relationship vibes. With Two of Cups, this isn't necessarily about a relationship, but just it's about that like unity, coming together, being one, being equal, 50-50, like that kind of energy. And Seven of Wands is like very defensive. I just feel like with this relationship, and I should also say not necessarily a romantic relationship, just any kind of relationship. I don't know. Again, maybe this is you feeling like there is a part of you like feeling like this is salvageable, this is something that you should continue to work on, like, this could be good, and it's like it comes out in this defensiveness of like the second, somebody kind of tries to question that, it's like, oh, well, no, this relationship's great. No, he's amazing. Oh no, she, always does this for me. It's great. No, but what are you talking about? It's fine. We have the best relationship ever. That's what this is kind of giving me. And it's like, maybe this isn't wrong. Maybe there are these good parts of this relationship. Maybe they have good intentions. Maybe they are giving. Like, maybe those things are there, but there's also quite a bit of mess. I'm trying to think of a better word, but I'm just thinking it's kind of a lot of mess. Let's take a look at this card. Oh, Aylin's like sleeping. She's so cute. Okay, Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is about having like a lost opportunity, a missed chance. Because I'm trying to figure out if this relationship is salvageable or like what next steps are, and I'm not sure, but it's because I'm not really getting, nothing is telling me yes, nothing's telling me no. But it's just kind of like, well, this is the situation. So I don't think that's for me to say. I think ultimately this is, wherever you go from here, it's just kind of up to you. It's your decision. I don't know, but this Ace of Pentacles makes me think that, well, I mean, okay, it is obviously always your decision. I'm just saying what are the cards telling me? And I think the cards are saying, well, it's really your decision. We're not going to tell you one way or another. That's what I mean by that. But Ace of Pentacles reverse. Yeah, that just kind of, it makes me think that this, I want to be careful with how I say this, but it's like there was a chance that this relationship could have gone better. It could have gone in a better direction, but it just didn't or hasn't. It just kind of feels like wasted potential, which is a very frustrating feeling. I've been there, but sometimes that's just how they go, you know. I don't know. Let's try and pull one more card just to see if we can get any more clarity about like what are we okay. We know what the relationship is like, mostly. Where's this mending? What are we? Okay. Three of Wands reversed. Sorry, her tail's in the way now. I don't want to wake her up though. Excuse me. Thank you, Halen. I appreciate it. So, Three of Wands is about like, I mean, I always have to explain it in context. In the context of Ace, in the context of the story of Wands, Ace is the beginning of a project or a journey or a chapter, whatever. Two of Wands is planning that thing, and then Three of Wands is the first steps, like really starting that thing. So Three of Wands reversed is like you are trying to start something and it's just not, it's that like, you know, every time I like, I don't know, finally put the keys in the car and I'm ready to like go down the driveway and go off to where I want to go, I'm like, I keep forgetting something. I keep, you know, there's some little thing I have to do. It's like, oh wait, I gotta fill up the tires. Okay, I fill up the tires, put the keys in. Oh shoot, I forgot, the windows are super dirty. I gotta wash them. And then you wash them. And then you like put the keys back in. Oh, wait, I forgot to grab this. Like, it's just like, there's just constantly something that's just like not some kind of blockage, some kind of obstacle. And you can't just like get started. Just like do the thing, you know? All right, I think that's all Tarot's going to give us. I don't think I can give you... I always try to like give you some sort of like direction or path to go on, and Tarot's kind of telling me no, that's not what I'm meant to do with this reading. This is just what's going on. This is what it is, and it's for you to decide where to go from here. So all I can say is that I'm wishing you a lot of luck, and I'm sorry you're going through this. Relationships can be so complicated. That's something I've never understood. Why do they just have to be so complicated? Sometimes. It's just how life is. I don't know. I guess it's just how people are. But I hope you can figure it out. I'm rooting for you. Halen's, you can just barely see her paws. She's sitting right there. But she's rooting for you. She's wishing you lots of luck too. But if you have any questions about this, or if you'd like any clarification, I've given you all I've got. But if you have any other questions, please let me know. You can leave a comment, or you can just reach out to me, whichever you prefer. The best place to reach out to me is on my TikTok at The Witch of Jasmine. I also recently opened up an Instagram account at The Witch of Jasmine. You can find me on there. Honestly, I really don't like Instagram, so it's a very small account. My reason for having it is just in case it's more accessible for you. You're more than welcome to reach out to me on there as well. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye. Hello. Okay, exchanging gifts. We are moving on to your reading. We're finding out, what does the moon have for you? What message does the moon have for you? Actually, this moon is a super moon, I believe. At least, I mean, it definitely seems like one. I have a south-facing bedroom, and so for the past few nights, the moon has been shining directly in my room, which I absolutely love when that happens. And it's been so bright. It's like having a nightlight in my room. So, yeah. It's like extra bright. So, I'm pretty sure it's a supermoon. Bonus card. Very nice. Let's move on to the shadow cards. Oh, oops. Oh gosh. Okay, last one. There we go. All right, let's take a look at our cards. So first we have Ten of Swords, the Lovers, Seven of Swords reversed, Six of Wands, Ace of Wands, and the Hermit reversed. Okay, and then I'll flip this one over whenever I feel like it's time for us to flip it over. So right off the bat, a couple of these cards are cards that I have made separate videos about. So I've been making a bunch of YouTube shorts on my channel recently, and I've basically just been going through card by card and just explaining how each one works. So in this reading, I've made little shorts about the Lovers and the Hermit. So if you're curious about those, or if you're feeling like particularly drawn to those cards, I highly recommend you go take a look at those to get more information. But obviously, I usually explain what the cards mean anyway. So I actually want to start with our Oracle card here, Exchanging Gifts. If you're new to my channel, that's the card that gives the overall message of the reading, the overall theme, the overall takeaway. So exchanging gifts is about having this understanding that the world, life is all about give and receive, right? What you give is what you'll receive back. So that can mean, in terms of a relationship, what you give in a relationship is what you should be receiving back. That can be in reference to like a career, job, right? The work that you're putting in, you should be able to get a reward back. And if that's not happening, then there's something else wrong with the situation, right? So yeah, starting here, we've got this Ten of Swords above Six of Wands. Ten of Swords is such an interesting card because like it's not great, but it's also very relieving. So as you can see from this card, it's exactly what it looks like. It's about betrayal. It's about being stabbed in the back, right? With 10 swords all at once. But the interesting thing about this image is how it's also so sudden and quick. And that's what we get with swords energy, right? Very quick. And it sucks and it hurts. And I mean, this person is lying face down in the dirt with all these swords in his back. But the great thing about Ten of Swords is that it's over. It happened, And same with Six of Wands. I think there was some sort of betrayal that happened with you. Specifically with this Six of Wands in the Dark Grimoire tarot deck, it's about analysis, over-analysis, making decisions with things. So maybe there was some sort of decision that left you like this, something that somebody else decided, or just some miscalculation on your end and you ended up doing something that really ended up getting you in the end. Whatever that situation was, it looks like it's over and done with. And like, as much as it sucks to see, it also, I don't know, it always just kind of makes me feel relieved. Well, it's like, well, okay, we know that thing wasn't going to work out. It didn't work out. Let's move on, So moving on, we've got the Lovers with the Ace of Wands below that. It looks like when moving on to this next thing, this next chapter here, it's something that fits into your life much more harmoniously. It's much more balanced. That's what the Lovers is all about. They represent a relationship that is not too compromising. We have a man and a woman, two different people who come together and they complement each other, right? They don't minimize each other. They don't try to change each other. They don't lose any part of themselves. They're just coming together and working using their strengths to the best of their abilities and keeping in mind each other's weaknesses, right? Very balanced, very unified in that way. They're not just two people doing two separate things at the same time, right? They're interwoven with each other in that way. So I think whatever you're moving on to next, it definitely has this feeling of being very balanced. Maybe it just fits into your life in a very balanced way, very harmonious way. And then here we have this Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is about like deception, tricking somebody, an illusion. I think, again, that's probably what happened over here. Part of that was deception. So having it reversed, though, is kind of showing that like it's overcoming that. Again, in whatever sense this happened here, of like taking that step to really recognize like, wow, yeah, that was, a side of me I really don't want to see again. Yeah, that was, I was very gullible, or I was deceiving others, and that's not right. It's like taking that accountability and, again, like reversing it, turning a new leaf, like I am not going to repeat those same mistakes because look where it got me, right? And then, yeah, having the Hermit reversed below that, that's about coming out of your shell, kind of. It implies that you've been going through a time where you were like thinking and thinking and thinking and doing a lot of self-reflection, maybe doing a lot of shadow work. So having that Hermit reverse is kind of like, all right, we've done enough of that. We don't need any more. Because I think if you keep staying in your head and not moving on to this new thing, it's only going to hinder you. It's only going to kind of leave you stuck in your inner world instead of being like, okay, yeah, I know how this happened. I know what happened, and we're not doing it again. So it's time to emerge, and move on. So let's take a look at this card. Six of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so I think, yeah, that's definitely, we've got this guy looking over here. That's what he's seeing is greed. That's what Six of Pentacles is about. It's about, well, either like being unwilling to give to others, unable to share, things like that, or doing it for the wrong reasons, right? The thing with Six of Pentacles is it's about charity and giving and sharing and, being generous to others. But it's about doing all of those things not to feel superior, not to feel, like, oh, I'm better. Look at me being this hero, giving to these, lowly people. It's about understanding that any of us can be in a time of need at any time. That could happen to any of us. No one is above anyone else. You give to others, you're charitable to others, you give your love and support to others, knowing that it could be you on the other side at any time. And not to like, not in like a paranoid kind of way, but just because that's how life tends to work. We all have ups and downs, right? And it's cyclical like that. So I think part of this, again, what this guy's looking at over here and reflecting on is being like, I was doing this for the wrong reasons, or I wasn't giving enough, or whatever. Because maybe that's kind of what this was too, was being humbled. Like, oh, yeah, that was quick, that was fast, that was a lot. Let's make sure we don't do that again, So let's go ahead and pull another card. I want to know more about this. What are we moving on to? What is the future looking like with that Ace of Wands? What is it that we want to make sure is nice and balanced and harmonious like that? There we go. Okay, we've got the Tower reversed. I also have shorts about the Tower if you're curious about that. But that's a side note. So that definitely suggests a very big change. Like honestly like a upheaval. You know, the Tower, the story of the Tower essentially is a tower crashing and burning to the ground so that we can rebuild something better, a better tower, a more secure one. So with this situation, I think going forward, there's going to be some changes. As much as I would love to give you more answers, sometimes tarot is just vague like that. It's kind of just being vague like that for me. But what I can tell you, there's changes coming up, and what you should keep in mind is that idea of giving to others, knowing that at some point, you know, you might need to receive from others, giving your love and support to others so that they'll give it back to you at another time. And not in like a using each other kind of way, but just in like a, hey, this world is difficult. I think it's best that we help each other out kind of way. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. This is definitely one of those readings where I can't quite just wrap it up with a nice bow. Tarot only gives me so much sometimes. Sometimes it's like, yeah, no, that's for them to figure out. So, but if you have any questions or if you'd like any part of this clarified, please let me know. You can leave a comment or you can just reach out to me, whichever you prefer. The best place to reach out to me is on my TikTok at The Witch of Jasmine. I do also have an Instagram account at The Witch of Jasmine. It's very small. I don't like Instagram, but I wanted to open it up just in case that's a more accessible place for you to reach out to me. You're more than welcome to do that. But I'm wishing you a lot of luck with this. If I can leave you on some sort of positive note, I think whatever happens will have a feeling of justice, a feeling of harmony, balance. I think maybe things are just very out of balance for you right now. So I think that will ultimately come together. And maybe it'll build your relationships. I don't know. I think it will, in the long run, feel more peaceful. So anyway, I'm doing my outro. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye! All right, we are moving on to peace. That sounds nice. I would love to have some peace. Let's see what this reading's about. And see what message the moon has for you this full moon. There we go. While I'm shuffling out these cards, I invite you to take some more deep breaths, to just chill. That's what we're doing here. Oh, I just dropped them. There we go. We're just chilling, having a nice little time. My cat Sunny, he's sleeping in the bed near me. Well, actually, I don't usually film in here. I had to change filming locations, but that's not relevant. Hold on. Okay. But we're just chilling. There we go. All right, let's take a look at our cards. We've got the Sun, Ace of Swords reversed, the Tower reversed, Strength, Nine of Cups reversed, and Two of Swords reversed. Okay, so the vibe I'm getting for this reading is that this is essentially going to tell you how to have this peace. I don't know, I kind of want to read this backwards. Usually I start here, but I'm actually going to start here. Kind of just feel like it. Yeah, we've got the Tower above the Two of Swords reversed. So the Tower, I feel like in this particular reading, the Tower is just about, it's representing something that you really don't want to do, something that you're really putting off, kind of just like it's out there and like it's not immediately in front of you, so you're kind of like, well, if I could put it off a little longer, if I could just like not do that, that'd be nice. But really it's in your best interest to do it, because once you do, it'll be a positive change. Even if it's difficult to go through, it will be a positive change in the end. So what is it that I'm talking about? It's this Two of Swords reversed. Swords is all about communication. We're talking about telling somebody something. I'll show you this card up close. We have this person who is, you know, kind of blindfolded, playing his little violin, you know, very blissfully ignorant of all of these little monsters and things. It looks like, I was gonna say that looks like a raccoon, but then I really looked at it and it doesn't. But anyway, so I think, I mean, that just represents where you're at now. I think you're not expressing your feelings to somebody, telling them how you feel, telling them what you need from them, maybe setting some boundaries, because you're scared it'll be this giant tower crashing down and it's going to be a whole thing, and maybe it's just better to just not handle it. But I think in this case, you're not really solving any problems here, right? They're still right there. It's just because you can't see them, they're not that apparent, doesn't mean they're not there, you know. So even if you do have to deal with some backlash for that, you know, the Tower is all about, you know, this tower crashing and falling so that you can build another tower. So in other words, I think when you get this thing off your chest, or I don't know, just tell them, this person, whatever you need to tell them, I think ultimately it will be for the best. Over here, we've still got this Swords energy. Ace of Swords reversed. I mean, that's very impulsive, very... Well, I'll say this. With the Nine of Cups reversed, Nine of Cups in general is about like fear and anxiety. Especially, you know, with cups, that's associated with the water element, so that's like very emotional. So I think your emotions might be leading you to be acting a bit recklessly, almost like I'm kind of thinking like panic. That's a strong word, but just to illustrate what I'm saying, like I'm just picturing somebody who's like kind of in panic mode, just be like, okay, well, maybe if I do this, it'll fix it. Okay, wait, no. Maybe if I do this, it'll fix it. Okay, wait, that didn't work. Shoot, okay, I'll do this then. Like, when it doesn't really have to be that way. In fact, why don't we pull another, not another sword, another card to see, like, how can we... This just feels very frantic. So, how can we deal with that? How can we calm that down a bit? Because obviously I can't just tell you, stop worrying. Maybe just stop panicking. Ten of Swords reversed. Okay, so I don't know why. It just occurred to me that, yeah, so this is a chronological reading. Normally, with my chronological readings, they go this, then this, then this. Yeah, this definitely tells me that this is chronological, but backwards, meaning this, then this, then this. Which when that happens, that also lets me know that whatever thing we're trying to resolve here, you might need to kind of go the unconventional route. If you know Hierophant reversed, that's what I'm talking about. Very not on the beaten path, kind of non-traditional, thinking outside the box a bit for how to deal with all of this. So 10 of Swords, or I should say 10 of Swords reversed. That's definitely about, you know, we have this person here who's like faced down on the ground with these 10 swords in their back because they just got stabbed in the back 10 times with 10 swords. So when it's reversed, it's, if you can imagine him getting back up, that's what it is. It's that like rejuvenation, that kind of dusting yourself off and being like, all right, let's go on to the next chapter, you know. So I think that's just saying that with this situation, I think a lot of this will be relieved once you're able to sort through this. You'll be really feeling that 10 of Swords reversed. Don't let that image scare you. It's a good thing. We're getting out of that. So I think that will help with some of this to kind of relax you a bit, to find that peace. You just won't be feeling so fearful and so frantic. That's what that really feels like. And then lastly here we have this, I think there's really something good on the other side waiting for you. We've got the sun, which is just sunshiny energy. It's happy, joyful, bright, just lovely sunshiny energy. Below Strength, which is also very straightforward, that inner confidence, feeling strong enough to continue on, feeling strong enough to put these to rest and choose peace. I mean, this takes a lot of strength to go through, absolutely. So I think it'll just make you stronger on the other side. So yeah, that's pretty straightforward. Love to see it. I love readings that are just like, okay, here you go. Here's what you got to do. You'll be all good. However, if you have any questions or if you'd like any part of this clarified, please let me know. You can leave a comment or you can just reach out to me, whichever you prefer. The best place to reach out to me is on my TikTok at The Witch of Jasmine. You can also reach out to me on my Instagram, also at The Witch of Jasmine. It's a very small account, but it is there. I don't like Instagram, but I made an account just in case that's the most accessible place for you. You're welcome to find me on there. I'm wishing you lots of luck, and I'm wishing you lots of peace. I'm rooting for you, of course. I'm sure you can get through it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye. Hello. All right, moving on. Oh my God, Halen. Okay, I've got a little cat who just decided she wants to... Okay, she's decided she wants to be a big part of my videos again, so she's been in like all of them. Okay, there we go. Let's get your cards. Let's find out what the moon wants to tell you. What message does the moon have for you? This full moon in Aquarius, which I might be wrong, but I think I heard that it's a supermoon. Very powerful time. Very exhausting time. There we go. And it's a time of release. So, oh. I didn't mean that kind of release, my bad. I dropped it. So having time to go. Very curious what that's about. So I'm assuming you need to release something. But I shouldn't say anything until we've got the cards all laid out. Oh, oops. And that's two. Okay. All right, let's take a look at our cards. We've got 3 of Pentacles reversed, the Tower reversed, Wheel of Fortune, 4 of Swords, the Chariot, and Page of Pentacles reversed. So first of all, just a side note before I get into things, on my YouTube channel I have been making a whole bunch of shorts. So basically just little videos where I really go in depth about each of the cards. So currently I have little videos out about the Tower, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Chariot. So if you're curious about any of those, I highly recommend you go take a look. Or if you're just feeling particularly drawn to them, whatever the case. Or if you're curious about any of the other cards, go take a look. There's a lot, I put out a lot of them. There's a lot of information for you to look at if you're curious. So yeah, this time to go, it's about there's something that you need to let go of, something that you need to step away from. The 3 of Pentacles reversed. The 3 of Pentacles is about like community, teamwork, collaboration. So having that reversed, I mean, it basically just means that whatever's going on with this thing, it's not working. There's teamwork's not happening. I mean, whether this be about a relationship, you know, maybe you're just not working well together, or maybe something in your job, there's really a struggle with that. And the 4 of Swords beneath that, it tells me specifically that this does feel like a communication thing. And I mean, you can see this figure here who's just sitting in this very quiet place and is just kind of quietly contemplating all of this stuff. And specifically with the Dark Grimoire tarot deck, that card really represents that this feels like something you've been thinking about for a while, something you've been questioning for a while, and maybe you really just are at that point, or will be at that point soon, where you just know the right decision. It certainly doesn't look like anything's going to get much better. It does look like, according to the cards, the best thing to do is just walk away. That being said, we have this Tower reversed, which the story of the Tower is, you know, this tower that is built on very unstable grounds, and over time, or on an unstable foundation, and over time, you know, we have these cracks and these, you know, maybe little bits falling off. And the Tower reversed is about not letting that tower crash. You know the tower needs to crash at some point, you know it needs to come down, but you're kind of just like taping and gluing and just trying to piece it together as best as you can. But I mean, there's no point in taping a building back together, right? At some point it's just got to crash, and that's probably not even actually helping. So the Tower reverse lets you know that it's best to just let it fall, to let it crash, even though that might be something you're avoiding. You need that tower to fall, because once it's done, once the big scary part's over with, then you just rebuild, which granted, rebuilding can be kind of scary, but it's ultimately for the best, because the tower that replaces that is going to be so much better. It's going to be more strong. It's going to be more beautiful. And more importantly, I mean, with this Chariot below that, the Chariot is all about taking control. I think you need to take more control back in your life. I mean, it's very possible that this has just made you maybe erratic, or, you know, either feeling powerless or just trying to be too controlling over other things, you know, but it tells me that there's really this, the root of the problem is this, which granted we have the Chariot upright. So I mean, I really think that's going to help you feel a much more stable kind of way and really be able to move on and move forward in a nice, quick direction. And then over here, we've got this Wheel of Fortune. That's just a reminder that, you know, the wheel is a very old pagan symbol for life and how life has its ups and downs, right? This wheel is always turning. It reminds us that that's how life is. It's ups and downs, no matter what. You can't always be in an upswing, and you won't always be in a downswing. It's a rule, it's a fact of life for every single person. So the way that it's positioned here, it does make me think that once this tower does eventually crash, it will become, you know, you'll be right back up in an upswing, you know, kind of like this will be all the way down here. And then once it crashes, then you'll be turning right back up. I think it will ultimately be really good. It's not like it's going to make things worse afterwards. Or at least if it does, it's very temporary. But yeah, I mean, that's just the most important thing I always say when the Wheel of Fortune comes up is, you know, it's about not letting yourself get stuck in those difficult times, in the low times, as well as, you know, being grateful for those up times, because it's always changing no matter what you do, no matter what anybody else does. Always cyclical like that. We do have the Page of Pentacles reversed below that, which that can just symbolize unrealistic expectations. Again, I think it's just kind of reiterating how important it is for you to keep the message of the Wheel of Fortune in your head. You know, I think Page of Pentacles reversed is somebody who just wants everything to be good all the time and is very, you know, it's good to be optimistic and hopeful, but there's somebody who expects too much of everything, expects things to just always be good. So it's just a message to remember to keep that, you know, reality check of, hey, things are going to be good, and then they're going to be bad. And then they're going to be good again, and then they're going to be bad again. It's just the way that life is. So there's no point in getting too caught up in it. Do your best to go with the flows of life. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. That feels very, very straightforward. But if you have any questions or if you'd like any part of this clarified, please let me know. You can leave a comment or you can just reach out to me, whichever you prefer. The best place to reach out to me is on my TikTok at The Witch of Jasmine. You can find me on there. I do also have an Instagram account, a very small one that I opened up recently. I don't like Instagram, but I created that account just in case that's the most accessible place for you. That's totally fine. You can find me on there too. But I'm sorry you have to go through this. You know, it's definitely one of those things that feels a lot easier said than done. I know. But I think you'll come out the other side a lot more peaceful. A lot more relaxed. And it does kind of look like deep down you know it's the right decision. So I'm rooting for you. I'm wishing you lots and lots of luck. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye!